So, Africa 2030 is my dream of a continent where every African has access to world-class dental care right here at home. No more medical tourism. I believe that excellence isn't abroad. Excellence doesn't have to do with something that is come from away, as we say. Because I've seen small clinics in Africa with dentists that are so skilled, delivering excellent dentistry. So being a dentist, if you don't practice enough with your hands, you can't get better. It's as simple as that.
Welcome to the Smile series with Dr. Amy. We're going to have a heart-to-heart on beauty, confidence, purpose, and transformation. I'm your host, Ekene Onu, and I'm the founder of Iconic Womanhood. And I'm so excited to be here with one of our icons. In fact, Amy, Dr. Amy, is Africa's favorite dentist. She's a visionary, the woman, the mind, the force behind Smile 360 Clinics. She is also the founder of the Wealthy Dentist Academy, the author of Beyond Dentistry, a global educator, sought after speaker. Shall I go on? I'm so excited to be here with Dr. Amy. Dr. Amy, thank you for having us here in your beautiful home, and thank you for sharing the wisdom you're about to share with us on what it really means to live with purpose, intention, and with a smile.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Amy.
Thank you. And it's a pleasure being here and really bringing out of my comfort zone. So always happy to be in this space.
I'm excited to have you here. So I'm so happy we're finally doing this, right? It's something that you've been talking about doing for so long, stepping out from behind the clinic, your white coat, right? And stepping into teaching us really legacy and sharing your knowledge. So tell us a little bit more about you, Dr. Amy. Who are you behind the coat?
Oh, as you said, I am so happy we're doing this. I've been really looking forward to just having a conversation about dentistry, dentists in general. And what I would like to say is, as happy as I am being a dentist, I'm here to speak about my life outside dentistry and beyond dentistry, and the fact that what made me to succeed in dentistry had to do with the fact that I put so much passion in being happy in my home, being really purposeful about how I run my day-to-day life, how I start my morning, how I live with my family, and just enjoying life. That's...
Joie de vivre.
Oh, la joie de vivre. Tout à
Aha,
fait.
c'est oui, oui. Oh. I love that, that's a refreshing take. You don't often hear people say that what informs the way they do their work is the love that they have for their life. I love that. We're so used to seeing you in your element. You know, you're immaculate, you're precise, transforming lives. But we want to know more about the woman. So could you tell us a little bit about who you are outside of the clinic? Who is Dr. Amy?
All right, thank you. I'm so happy sharing this other side of me outside the clinic. And of course, what I would like to say is that I'm just Amy without the DR. Yeah. So Amy is who? It's a woman who loves quiet mornings, meditation, tapping into my faith, and making so much time to enjoy the beauty of this life. And the beauty has to begin with what is around us, what is around our families, what we create. But one thing I will share with you is that the beauty also has to do with what I put in that plate, because I'm a foodie.
Oh.
So that is my that's my love language.
Speaking my language.
Quality time. So I really love to ensure that, I have 7 course meals with the family, and then, ensuring that we have those meal times, all family together. So for me, that is,
I love that.
beauty. That's what brings me joy. And I think it's important that we are deliberate about building and creating those moments that really bring so much joy
Oh,
to
I
us.
love that. I love that. Such a refreshing take, because so many people work and try to make their lives fit inside their work. But it sounds like you live a full, beautiful life and your work fits inside your life.
Say it again.
Your work fits inside your life.
That's the
not the
purpose.
other way around.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. And that's what I tell other dentists that I'm mentoring. Ensure that dentistry feeds your life. So you're not living for dentistry and dentistry sucking every single aspect of your life. Okay, it's so important because if you are not whole, if you're not happy, you won't be able to pour into others, whether it's family or work. So I've always loved to work with my hands. So being a dentist, if you don't practice enough with your hands, you can't get better. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll have to share with you is that I wasn't so great with my hands. There's some people who are gifted.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
You cultivated it.
I cultivated it. I had moments, tough moments, where when everybody was sleeping, I had to stay awake to be able to develop, some of those skills,
mastery
that others, just had, were gifted.
Yeah.
So for me, it had to do with focusing on what brought me joy, which is the smiles and the life transformation that I saw in my patients.
Yeah.
So I was so determined to make sure that I do the work and to get that mastery, because that end goal was important to me.
I love that.
Building and crafting those beautiful smiles. So to everyone, you might not have that skill, but if you are committed and intentional about it, you can get there. And I think you even excel better than those who just take it for granted.
Yes, to whom it comes, quote unquote, easy. Yes. Right? I think that's true of any profession. And that's the beautiful thing about this series, is that even if you're not a dentist, you're going to gain so much wisdom from that. What I heard you say is that the love of dentistry informs your commitment, which informs your attention to detail and focus on mastery, which is probably why you're so successful with Smile 360 and in essence, everything that you do.
Well, thanks. I'm glad you're seeing the success. It's hard work, as you said.
Yes.
It's nothing that we've taken for granted. And everybody definitely knows, to my team, we work hard, but we play hard as well.
Because
we use tools also that makes dentistry so interesting and exciting and help us to create amazing things. And those patients that we transform gives us back that energy that keeps us going. So I like that loop.
It is a loop, a positive loop. I also want to point out that you yourself are global. You're Nigerian, but you have a little ooh la la. Tell us a little bit about how being international in your life experience, your work experience, and even your mindset, how does that inform the work you do and the way you practice?
All right, thanks for the question. I will like to say that, of course, being in Nigeria, living in Nigeria, definitely here to transform the landscape of dentistry in Nigeria and Africa. I would like to tap into my experience because, as you said, yes, I'm half Nigerian, the other half Mauritania, if you know where that is, and studied in France. So I've been in a French-speaking environment, I'll say most of my life, and then decided that, I wanted to come back to Nigeria. And of course, coming back to Nigeria, I wasn't going to speak with signs, so I had to perfect my English. I'm so glad that my English isn't doing too badly.
I think,
but my French is still ahead, and you might be excusing one or two words that I might be chipping here and there in French. But one thing that I'm so passionate about, Nigeria and Africa, is the fact that I believe that excellence isn't abroad. Excellence doesn't have to do with something that is come from away, as we say. Because I've seen small clinics in Africa with dentists that are so skilled, delivering excellent dentistry, and seeing big centers in Europe where we're not getting the best that dentistry has to offer. Okay, so it's not about geography,
Yeah.
right? Excellence can be found and cultivated everywhere.
I love
And I
that.
believe that as Africans and Nigerians, we like great things.
Yeah.
And
We
when
do.
we know our purpose and we're putting the hard work, we can definitely be at par with what is obtainable. out
I
there.
agree. 100%.
Yeah.
At par, even superior, to be honest. I love that note. I just would like to underline that you've seen brilliance in small clinics in Africa, and you've seen mediocrity in, in other parts of the world as well. And so it isn't based on geography or race for that matter. So I
Yeah.
think that's such an important distinction.
Totally agree.
Is that part of what informs your Africa 2030 vision? So tell us about what that is, because you told me about what that was, and I thought it's such a great vision. Would you share?
So, Africa 2030 is my dream of a continent where every African has access to world class dental care right here at home. No more medical tourism, no more seeking dignity elsewhere. I also want African dentists to also lead globally. They'll be able to set standard right here in Nigeria and not chase it because we're bringing it to them through the academy and more.
So you mentioned that you have an academy,
Yes.
right? I think it's such an important vision. I love particularly what you said about setting the standard, not chasing a standard, right here in Africa. And that's the work that you're doing with the Wealthy Dentist Academy. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about it and what led you to create it?
All right. So, speaking about, starting with the Wealthy Women Dentist Academy because that started from my own journey. Where I saw many brilliant women dentists struggling, not just because they lacked skills or talent or lacked support, but there was something about understanding what financial planning was or getting mentorship. And of course, there's the family that we need to support.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that the women still stay ahead, being beautiful, skilled as being dentists, and loved. So I wanted to change that and ensure that it's a legacy that I leave behind for women to be able to excel and live a beautiful life as dentists. So it was so important that I bring that to dentistry because I believe that when women rise, the entire ecosystem changes and transforms.
100%. I've always believed that women are a thermostat. We set the energy, we set the temperature. So I think that's incredible. And I love that you have so many touch points. So you have a touch point for your patients where you give excellent care, right, with Smile 360. So you are practicing what you preach around no more medical tourism. People can come to you. People even come from the abroad, so to speak, to you.
We're reversing.
We're reversing it.
Reversing
it.
tourism.
You have the Wealthy Dentist Academy, Wealthy Woman Dentist Academy, or are you opening that up? We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And you also have a book, Beyond Dentistry.
Yes. So glad to say that I'm a published author.
Published author.
Yes. Of Beyond Dentistry. And I really love to talk about the fact that it's just my story, really, about how I got to this level after being in dentistry for 30 years. So, of course, I'm a mother, I'm a mentor, I'm a clinician, I'm a dreamer, a believer, certainly, that beauty, and the power of a smile can actually transform a life. So, I needed to talk about that process and what kept me going as a clinician, but at the same time, what the stories of my patients that they shared with me over this journey.
I love that. I really enjoyed the book. I'm not a dentist, but I enjoyed that there were so many key things that anyone could take from it, right? Mindset shifts, how to live well, how to do well, how to be well. it was transformational, really, And so I'm really excited about us getting to know you. Today, we just did a little bit about knowing the woman behind the smiles, not just one smile. She has a beautiful smile, but all the smiles, right? I'd like to ask one last question before we close and come back for episode 2. You've told us a lot about the work that you do. I would like you to tell us one story about what you overcame in the work that you do, because it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
Tell us one story about something you went through to get here so that people can be inspired and know they can get here too.
Yeah. Well, thanks. One thing that definitely comes to mind is starting from my team and sharing the vision of what we want to create, and how I had other colleagues, telling me that, look, this is not doable. It's not possible in Nigeria. Or we don't take time to make things happen, or people will not appreciate this and that. So it's already to breaking that mindset that you can be successful as a dentist.
Yeah.
You can change the narrative and the perception
Culture.
that people have about dentistry, and ensuring that people invest in their smile, right? So I'm a strong believer in beauty and the power that the smile has, as I said, and I needed to make sure that it starts from that mind shift, both from my team, but also ensuring that patients see us differently. And it's only when they see the value that we can bring to their lives that they'll be able to tag along on that journey that can actually transform their life. And that's so powerful.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, what I took from that was very powerful, that there's a shifting in culture, that your aspirations to build a world-class team and a world-class vision in Africa, the idea first was bigger than a lot of people, and they thought it wasn't possible. And not only did you dream it, you created it by believing in the people.
Yes.
And I've had the privilege of being in Smile 360 multiple times, and I can say you can see the culture there, the culture of compassion, the culture of excellence. And I know it's no small feat anywhere in the world to do that.
Yeah.
But
It's hard work.
particularly to buck the trends when people say it can be done. So I really just want to take a moment and celebrate you, give you your flowers, so to speak. You have, you've done great work. You've put a lot of smiles on a lot of faces. You're investing in our country, and our country, our continent is really an investment in our world, right? Not just in the business side, but for everyday people like me in helping us really cultivate amazing smiles. So we have so much more to come. And so you've heard from the iconique,
Okay, iconic, yes.
femme iconique, Dr. Amy, and you've gotten to know a little bit about her story. In the upcoming episodes in the Smile series, you're going to learn about beauty as currency and why a smile can be transformational. You're going to learn about pushing through adversity. You're going to learn about the Africa vision, and so much more. So you absolutely want to stay tuned. You want to share this with someone that needs to see it. You want to share the vision so that we can all be inspired. I want to say thank you so much for being part of the Smile series. And can we have a round of applause in your living rooms for Dr. Amy?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.